Okay, so this is a replay of a mid Medusa player um, who's currently at Crusader 1. The comments that he left for this replay review were okay, so basically it ends up being a 2 versus 5. So not surprised that he lost. Apparently he was farming well, but not enough, according to him. Um, else? He thinks he could have done better, and um, he's wondering if maybe going for a Skadi, for going for a Rapier instead of a Skadi was a better choice. So not sure. I mean, we'll have to see the replay to like figure out. Also, I'm not sure who disconnected. I'm guessing it's people that disconnected from his team. Okay. Okay, so like just to begin with, I know that like I don't play a lot of mid lane myself. But in this specific case, because you are an agility hero, and you eventually, I can see that you've queued up 2 wraith bands. Like you have, you're just 1 recipe away from finishing off one of them. But usually, like with agility heroes, I actually like to finish off the first wraith band even before the laning phase starts. Just because it gives that extra attack speed. And I think that helps you contest. It helps you contest CS a lot better. Like even though it's just 5 extra attack speed, I think it's really worth it, especially for like mid lane agility heroes. So it's something that you want to keep in mind for the next game, maybe. Yeah, your CS is like decent. You are like managing to deny a decent number of creeps. I would have expected you to like secure the range creep here with your Mystic Snake, instead of just like nuking him. I think it's more valuable to like secure the range creep. Okay, you spot the observer, cool. I'm guessing it's your team that had the disconnections, right? Because Phoenix isn't back yet. Yeah, I'll just go into player perspective. It's easier for me. Seems like you're trying to stack this cam. Cool. Did you miss? Yeah, you missed out on 1 creep. I think that's fine. So I'll fast forward this a little bit. Not entirely sure what that was about. I was actually expecting you to like just stack the camp again and then just go back into your lane. I don't think it's I don't think it's valuable for you as a mid laner to miss out on almost like half the creep wave to actually just like get some of these jungle creeps, because the thing is, these lane creeps are eventually gonna die, right? Because either your creeps or your tier 1 tower is gonna hit them and kind of like get them low. But no one's really gonna contest the stack over here. Like OD is not capable of, at least from what I know, OD is not capable of like clearing the stack. And seems like there's no threat from any of the other enemy heroes as well. Like there's no one who can actually like clear this camp. So I would have probably liked to just uh, I would have liked to see you just like stack the camp again and then just go back into the lane. I think that would have probably made more sense. So you're like you missed out on, because I know like from the previous like creep wave, when you were stacking the previous camp, like you missed out one creep from the wave. But here it seems like you missed out like almost all of them. And like something like I keep reminding myself, and a lot of like people that play core heroes, like it's more valuable for you to be farming the lane creeps as opposed to farming the jungle. Especially when there's no real threat on you. Like when there's nobody like trying to gank you, or like you're not like low HP and stuff like that. So also like the other thing, I don't play Medusa much. Like I don't play mid as much either. But I'm assuming like if you want to start kind of like scaling a lot faster, I think the moment you get like 2 levels in Mystic Snake, I think that's more than enough. I'm assuming like the main benefit like of having 2 levels is in Mystic Snake is mostly for you to like um be able to kind of like dominate or like do well in lane, right? You this is what I'm guessing. I'm guessing like maybe your plan is to like nuke out the wave and then go back to like the jungle as soon as you possibly can. Okay, yeah, cool. Okay, that makes sense. Honestly, I don't even think you need this level in Stone Gaze at 6. Even though like that's the normal thing to do with most heroes. Especially since you're a hero that like doesn't want to be fighting anytime soon. I think like skipping this out and probably just like putting it into split shot would have probably made more sense. And the thing is like if you die, you die, right? Like I don't think that's a big deal. But I think the opportunity cost of like not having that extra level in split shot can slow down your farm speed. So I'm just gonna skip ahead as much as I can. I mean, I think okay. I'm assuming you know like what the pull timings are. I'm guessing you were just like a bit impatient. But I think it's usually like around 54 seconds that you hit the top camp here, and then around 55 you hit this one. And they should both stack. What? Wait. I'm not sure why you ultied there. Were you? I'm guessing you were scared that he would kill you. Okay. Uh, Sorry, I'm just going back to see how much damage you're taking from this guy. Okay. Okay, I'm assuming the reason you use it is because you probably thought the OD was gonna keep like hitting you. Okay, that's fine.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I mean, you could have easily stacked this camp as well, I think. That's fine.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Cool, pretty standard stuff. Has the Dusa. Okay, you have Slada left as well. I mean, to be honest, like if you lose this game, I think it's kind of difficult to pinpoint what went wrong where, because you are 3 people down, like not yet at least. I'm assuming that's what ended up happening. But I'll still like try to give you as much feedback as I can. So I think when you get like 3 levels in Mystic Snake, you kind of have to like if you're getting 3 points in Mystic Snake, you kind of have to like commit to your skill build, so like the whole point of getting those 3 levels, in my opinion at least, is to kind of like push out the wave, like push out the enemy wave, and essentially like optimize your time around the map, right? So in this case, being a Medusa, like what you want to do is you want to use your Mystic Snake and essentially like kill them off as soon as you can, and then continue jungling. But so far it seems like the OD has actually been pressuring your tower more than you've been pressuring his. I don't know what the normal matchup is supposed to be like. Like I don't know who's supposed to win this matchup. But just given your skill set, like I would just go spam out the wave, just like auto attack it probably, and then just like go back to jungling. And maybe you're just like comfortable here, and that's why you haven't really gone back to the lane yet.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Cool. I'm guessing the reason the OD's also done more damage to your tower is because he's not really jungling, right? Like he's basically just like sitting around it and like pressuring the tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So I mean, not a big deal.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Nothing else to do on the map. In this case, like ideally when enemies are pushing your like any of your lanes, and if they're going for a tower or an objective, like ideally like you want to be there to like defend it. But if your team is not capable of defending it, in this case, like you guys probably can't defend this push. Ideally, like you want to be pressuring the other lanes instead of being inside their jungle and like farming. Even though you probably feel safe here, because you know that like they probably don't expect you to farm in this area. But it's a lot more efficient for you, and um, you being like a Medusa in this game as well, like you kind of want to delay their push as much as you possibly can because you have more time to like farm your items. And the way you do that is by getting the enemies to kind of react to some of your movements. So in this case, because you are kind of positioned top, I would probably just like sit here and continue to like pressure their top lane instead of going to the jungle. So even if they all like, even if not everyone TPs, like you'll have like for sure you'll have one person TP, and maybe you might have like another one. And if they are really like, if they really want to kill you, like they'll bring more people. And this just like frees up a little bit of time for you and like gives you a little bit more space to like recover. So for me, like when I'm in a game where we're down for the most of the game, and we don't really have a lot of good team fight on our team, but we may have a chance of actually um winning eventually if we make the enemies kind of like make bad calls, and if we're given enough space to kind of farm. What I like to do is I like to farm like or like push out the waves on the opposite end of the map. So at least like it forces like one person to react um, to the push. And in a lot of cases, like I want to say at least like 20, maybe like 30 to like 40% of the games where I'm like behind and my team is behind. Making these kind of plays actually allow you to win eventually.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Because the thing is, right, like, so let's say you like push out this wave, and there's like one or two people that TP to the top lane. What happens is their heroes are like distributed around the map. So you have like two heroes here, and then you can see like maybe like one hero here or like two heroes here. Um, and that allows you to like find some pickoffs. I know in this case, being a Medusa and a Dashrak, like the opportunity to actually find pickoffs is kind of limited. But I thought I'd just like explain that to you for future games. And
Dire's
if you're
bottom
playing like
tower
different
is under
heroes as
attack.
well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And you could always farm like neutral camps after you push out the wave, right?
Dire's structures are fort. Radiant structures are fort. Dire's middle barracks are Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle barracks. Radiant's top tower is under Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, so you lose one set of racks in the mid lane. You still manage to stop that push. Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead.
Dire's bottom tower. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower. Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom barracks.
I don't know if wait, I want to go behind. I just want to see if you could have probably like defended that. I feel like you could have. given the outcome of like the previous push, even though they got like both of your like racks in the mid lane, you did eventually getting uh, you got I think like one kill after that push. So I feel like maybe you could have defended this. Go back a little more.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, I think you could have definitely delayed this push. Like you being here was not necessary whatsoever. Um, okay.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Yeah, and then like you push in this wave as well. I don't think that was necessary. I think you should have probably been here, um, as in when they were about to like go high ground. Um, like even if you don't stop them from getting the tower, at least you like delay it as much as you can, and you also end up doing a little bit more damage to them in the process. But I think you sitting here and like farming the neutral camps and then eventually like pushing in this wave doesn't really do much for you, in my opinion.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Okay.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is Dire's bottom barracks is under attack. Dire's bottom barracks is fallen.
I would also consider switching your Vambrace to agility, just because it gives you that extra attack speed and damage as well. I know that Strength Vambrace gives you magic resistance, but seems like you're not really having issues. Given your HP, your mana shield, and your Morbid Mask, and like your ability to like escape with the Manta style, like I don't necessarily think you need the magic resistance that the Strength Vambrace gives you. Maybe you just forgot about like toggling it. Okay. So you go for a Skadi next. Okay.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Stay healthy, stay resilient.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom
Okay, they finish your bottom set of racks as well. You end up finishing a Skadi.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower.
Wait, what just happened there? Oh, you bought a. I see. You finish off a Boots of Travel. Okay. Um, I think you had treads before this, right? And what is the speed that treads gives you? 45 versus 110. Okay.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, I don't think it was actually necessary for you to get the Boots of Travel right now, at least. Just because there's not much you can do with it. Like I know it gives you that extra movement speed when you wanna like use your Stone Gaze, and if people are like running away from you, it makes it easier for you to like snipe them down. But just given the fact that you're like basically stationed in the base, like I don't think it was a necessary purchase. What I would have probably done instead of upgrading your boots is actually sell the Wraith Band and probably buy a what do you call it? A Dragon Lance, and just give you that extra range so you can kind of like sit back a lot easier and like comfortably kind of like hit them behind your buildings. I I mean, honestly, man, like if I honestly don't think there's much you could have done that game, but just because it's a five, like 2 versus 5, like they just outnumber you. Even if you are able to find like a few pickoffs, I think closing the game would be super difficult. Um, but yeah, anyways, like I think what you could have probably done, like I'll get to the item pool later, but in general, like gameplay wise, I think kind of prioritizing the lane push a little more would help you out a lot. And it's something that people like don't really think of. Like even in higher brackets, like I know that in like the legend and like ancient brackets, like people don't think about pushing out lanes as much as you actually need to. It just removes a lot of resources in terms of heroes from the enemy team. Like their resources will be more split up on the map because they'll have to like at some point, if their top wave or like if their bottom wave is pushing into their tower, one of their heroes has to kind of go back and like stop the push. So that makes it easier for you as a team or even an individual player to like figure out who you want to like go on. You know, like um, I played a game yesterday, no, day before yesterday. I was playing a scrim, and basically like there was actually an enemy troll, position 1, and they were at an advantage, I think, like most of the game. And basically what happened is that troll TP'd down to stop the push at their tier 2 tower in their safe lane. And we saw that. Like we saw the troll TP and like go to the bottom side of the map. And we saw that there were 4 heroes like on the top side of the map. And we kind of figured that they were probably like not going to like keep pushing top, or like they basically had no objectives without the troll. Like they couldn't take a fight, sure. So immediately, like when we see that happening, like we set up a smoke. We smoke as like 3 or 4, as many as we possibly can, and then we essentially just like run it like 1 or 2 of the heroes that are kind of like left behind in top. And I think that fight probably changed the outcome of the game, and we eventually like end up winning. I think there were like 3 or 4 fights after that, and we were more or less at an advantage because of like making plays like this. So I would highly recommend like whichever position you play in, if you see that you're kind of losing the game, try to see what you can do outside of just like sitting in the base. Because honestly, like I think that's one of the worst like positions to be in. There are cases, like obviously like playing as a Medusa and like I guess Arc Warden and like techies and stuff. Like when you have that kind of lineup, yes, it does make sense for you, but given the situation where you like basically have like you honestly can't be sitting in this specific game as a Medusa, given that 3 of your allies have already left the game. So you want to like split up um, the enemies as much as you possibly can, and one of the easiest ways of doing that is by pushing in side lanes. Um, Apart from that, um I I do think that you could have maybe focused a little more on like pushing out your mid wave as much as you could have. But it's fine. Like I think I don't think that's a big deal. In terms of itemization, again, like there's not much. Like the only thing um I would probably add to is um having that additional range and like additional escape mechanism. I think Hurricane Pike is really good on like most range agility heroes like Dro, on Medusa. The thing like Skadi is good, but it it still like leaves you in the same spot that you were in. Right? Um, so yeah, probably a Hurricane Pike, and then I feel like Skadi is fine. But I do agree with what you said about lacking damage. So let's see like what you could have probably gotten instead of the Skadi, if at all. Um, Maybe you could have gone for a butterfly. Maybe you could have gone for divine. I don't know how much farm you had. Okay, so you sold your power treads, right? Which cost like 1400, and you guess you get like half the gold selling it, right? You get like 700. And then you bought a what call it? And then you bought a boots of travel for like 2500. So you spent an additional 500. You spent an additional like 1800 gold on getting the boots of travel. I think you could have easily just like kept your power treads and probably just like upgraded or like switched your wraith band and replaced it with a um what is this fucking thing called? Yeah, replace it with a dragon lance. I think it's more effective. Like it gives you that additional like strength. It also gives you agility, which in turn gives you that additional 14 damage, attack speed as well, obviously, and having that extra like 140 range as a Medusa, who's just sitting behind towers is like really nice to have. So I probably like finishing the Dragon Lance. I think I would have tried to like delay the Hurricane Pike as much as possible, and maybe instead of getting the Skadi, I would have probably gone for a butterfly. I think um, butterfly or rapier. It's like debatable. I feel like having the butterfly is probably better, especially against the troll. Um, I want to see how much like physical damage they had from their side. Yeah, like against the clinks and the troll, I'm assuming like they do most of the damage. In addition to the OD. Even though like clinks did have a okay, so clinks had an MKB, so maybe like forget about the butterfly. Probably just going for an MKB would be nice here. MKB eventually like a divine as well, and then upgrading your mask. What is it called? Yeah, your morbid mask. Upgrading that eventually into a satanic, right? So you have a Daedalus already. You replace this with an MKB. That's 2. Manta, that's 3. Um, you end up eventually getting a Hurricane Pike. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think you have 4 items so far. And then you eventually get the Satanic, which is 5. And then I think like your 6th, like your last item should probably be the Rapier. Um, you could like get the Rapier first before the Satanic. But if you're playing it safe, you ideally like want to get the Satanic first. And then you're essentially like you basically put you put your boots in your backpack because you kind of just expect to like stand there and like man fight them. So yeah, that's about it. Like in terms of item build, like it's standard like Medusa builds. I want to say. I don't really have much to add on top of that. Honestly, like if I were you in this game as a Medusa, like I would have probably found it difficult to win as well. Um, doesn't matter like what skill level you're at. Playing 2 versus 5 is never easy. Yeah, so that's about it. Um, I would suggest probably submitting a replay where like all of your 5 players are on till the end, so I can give you better feedback. Um, but yeah, I think that's about it. If there's any questions that you have, um, and if there's anything that I've missed, like let me know. I can always answer them either now or later. Thanks for the follow, Flying Tree. Um, yeah, so apparently they updated the Dota Plus. You can now view heroes based on roles. So like you can check who you want to play as like hard support, soft support, and they basically gather data like based on ranked matchmaking and what heroes are being picked the most in each role, and they like categorize it that way. Interesting. Oh, that's strange. You don't see Wind Ranger in the mid category. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it definitely makes it easier for me because most of the time, like when I play ranked, even when I'm playing scrims, which I just started to do like more recently, I mostly play offlane, and I usually don't know like what heroes to pick. I think like I know what the standard like offlaners are, like Axe, Mars, um, Bango, SK, and
5
stuff.
seconds remaining.
Just having to like go over the whole list um, makes it a bit difficult sometimes, and just having it like done for me automatically like makes my life a lot easier. So I have a scrim tonight, and I have an official match
10 seconds
tomorrow.
remaining.
So I need to practice my off lane.
5
Um,
seconds remaining.
so I'm gonna pick accordingly this game.
Your turn to pick.
Wait, what? What just happened?
10 seconds
Okay,
remaining.
I don't know what happened there.
5 seconds remaining.
Feel like maybe Legion could be good this game because they have reload. Oh, sorry, we have reload. Veno could be decent. Feel like Darkseer is alright too. I feel more comfortable with Darkseer, I think, for now. Oh fuck, we have an offlaner. Well, guess I'm playing soft support. Fuck.
The seer is here.
Okay.
Prepare for battle.
May your doom live as foretold. It is in the bag.
So I'm probably leaning against either a Weaver or a Clinks. So either way, like I would need detection at some point. Might as well get it now. And I think probably going for a Soul Ray. Tranquil Boots
Top is missing.
is the play this game.
Yes.
Hmm.
A mind sharper than any blade. 30 seconds to battle. is missing. Top is missing.
Of course.
Top is missing.
Quickly. Strategic deployment. Line of sight.
Should have probably saved
To my advantage.
the sentry to keep it in the lane. Um, but that's fine. I can get another one.
Grand design. As you will. Very good.
I'm like debating whether to get my surge or to get my iron shell. I feel like getting the iron shell is probably more valuable.
Speed is the heart of battle. Onward. Now. Line of sight. You almost had
I feel like we could push out this wave and then
Top is missing.
pull the next wave that's coming in.
very good.
Okay.
Oh no.
As you will.
Fine. Oh, he fucked up. He fucked up. Nice.
Dyer's cloak has been killed.
I see where this road ends.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Speed is the heart of battle.
I don't usually go vacuum level 2 when I play Daxio. But I just want to try it out, see if it's good actually.
A grand design. On
I don't know what this Mirana thinks she's doing.
Damatrix guides me.
Denied.
Attack.
Okay, now I don't know what I'm doing.
A mind sharper than any blade. Of
Top
course.
is missing. Top is missing.
You'll see no gold. Combine and conquer. Very good.
Top is missing.
Line of sight. As you will. Yes. Onward.
Top is missing.
As you will. Speed is the heart of battle.
Okay, he fucked up his pull. Jinx is just wasting his time. Gonna see if I can iron shell again and just push in the wave, probably. Not.
Combine and conquer.
Does my OD need the bounty? No, he doesn't.
A grand design.
Can just go back to base and like TP. We give this dude some solo XP as well.
I see where this road ends.
Top is missing.
Of course.
Um,
Top is missing.
A mind sharper.
I don't know. I feel like I could sell the soul ring, or I could wait for like 20 more seconds. Yeah, I might as well wait. I might as well.
Onward. Speed is the heart of battle. Quickly. As you will.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, see, I didn't even know what the fuck was going on. I'm not sure if it's like my PC problem or if it's like a network issue or if it's maybe like a server issue from like Valve's end.
I see where this road ends.
But I feel like it's less likely to be that. Nice.
A move to my advantage. Enjoined in battle.
I just wanted to push in the wave. I don't want to like steal his.
Radiant structures are fortified. Top is missing.
Design. Of course.
Your top tower is under attack.
Very good.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Strategic deployment.
Nice.
As you will.
That worked out.
Line of sight.
Can push in his wave. I don't mind the CS as well.
Combine and conquer.
Top is missing.
Line of sight. Quickly.
Top is missing.
Of course. Damathrax
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Speed is the heart of battle. Noblesse required. I see where this road ends. We die.
That was so funny. She wasted all her leap charges just to like get the bounty.
Very good. A grand design. Eyes dead.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Actually not sure what to get this game in terms of item build next.
Your top tower is under attack.
Easy.
Your top tower is under attack.
I need no weapon.
Um,
Tower is under attack.
yeah, we'll push in this wave and then I'll figure out like what
Dire's structures
items to
are
buy.
fortified.
Your skull's roundness offends me.
Your top tower has been denied.
As you will.
Dude, I hate it when people like spam ping. It's so fucking annoying.
I was meant to have this.
As you will. My skills proliferate.
I mean, they don't have targeted spells, so getting a Lotus doesn't make sense. Would be nice to have more mana, I think.
Haste.
Combine
I don't know.
and conquer. I see where this road ends.
Bad. Maybe I'll go for an Octarine go.
Slap in the face. A mind sharper than anything. As you will.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Yes. Oh, nice. I was gonna try to like KS, but my Iron Shell did the work for me.
Strategic deployment.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I could TP mid. I could TP top actually. No one's here.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Onward. My discipline increases. And face combat.
So apparently the
The
apparently
enemy's
Surge is
bottom
not
tower
as
has fallen.
good as it used to be. I'm not gonna get that. Fucking knew it.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I knew he was around there, but I wasn't like sure 100%. And I don't know why my fucking OD is farming hero camps.
Structures are fortified.
And where the fuck are all the sentries?
Avoid what is sharp. Puncture.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Okay, that's not bad. Nice.
To my advantage.
Honestly, I have no idea who has the sentry.
As you will.
I'll take that.
Your middle tower is under attack.
What circuit is this?
Your middle tower has fallen.
Combine and my plan aids. Very good.
I'm guessing it's one of these idiots. Yeah, it's the draw.
A grand design.
Okay, good.
Quickly.
Get out.
Speed is the heart of battle.
I mean, it kind of sucks that that Darkseer's movement speed is not capped at 550. Like the surge doesn't give you as much movement speed as it. ഒള്ളു. ഇവിടെ ഇല്ല. അറിയില്ല.
Radiant structures are fortified.
That's fucking up. And obviously, Dro is just fucking hitting creeps.
Is under attack.
Doesn't run from death. Like
Your top tower is under attack.
Victory is the goal, not glorious battles.
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower has fallen.
Combine and conquer.
I'll take that.
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower has fallen.
Strategic.
I guess we're not trying.
Your top barracks are under attack.
Yes.
Your top barracks has fallen.
As you will. A mind sharper than any blade. Master of the dark arts. A grand design. I see where this road ends. Damathlix guides me.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
As you will. Quickly. Line of sight.
Yeah.
A mind sharper than of course. A grand design.
Let's try this
Strategic
again.
deployment.
Your middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified.